Climate change. You know, that thing Al Gore has been talking about since the 90s. That thing we've known about since the 19th century. It's kind of a bummer, so I decided I'm gonna solve it. In one day. That's right, me. A 20-something college grad whose only real struggle in life is constipation is gonna solve climate change in just one day. How, you might ask? Well, it's easy. I'll just use paper straws, recycle, ride public transport, drink from a reusable water bottle, use a reusable bag, eat a plant-based meal. Wow, I've done all these things and I'm such a good person. Way to go, Hannah. Wait, climate change is still a problem? Well, it seems like my plan to single-handedly solve climate change in one day is gonna be a bit trickier than I thought. If I'm gonna solve climate change in half a day, I'm gonna need to go bigger. Hi, I'm a constituent and a voter, and I just wanted to say... And I just wanted to reiterate my support for climate change, and I'm really proud to support your candidate.
Can I have your zip code, please?
Yes, it's...
Okay, thank you so much for calling your phone.
Thanks so much.
Bye.
And just like that, I solved climate change. Way to go, Hannah. You did it! Wait, after a whole day's work, I still haven't solved climate change? So, turns out you can't actually solve climate change in one day. This is something that's going to require all of our consistent efforts over a long period of time. But there's actually hope. Last month, the US passed the Inflation Reduction Act, which is actually a huge deal and a huge win for climate change goals. Hank Green does a wonderful job breaking this whole act down, so I'm gonna link it down in the description. All the years of hard work and political pressure that people have been putting on lawmakers has actually been working, and now is no time to stop. I think it's really easy to give into this doomer mentality that says that climate change is too big and it's too late and we might as well just give up because we're all gonna die anyways. This kind of mentality is not only unproductive, but it's also wrong. We've seen massive strides in technology advancements, especially in reducing the costs of renewable energy. You see, the fossil industry wants us to give up and give into this apathy, but now is actually the time to be more hopeful and to take more action. Here's 3 things you can give right now. Number 1, time. Get involved in local organizations or local politics, because at the local level, you have a lot more power than, say, voting once in a national election for the president. And plus, getting involved in these local organizations is a great way to start getting more engaged. Number 2, skills. You can use your skills to communicate and support and spread important ideas like this. And if you want to take this a step further, you can even consider getting into a career that is more aligned with climate change goals. There's actually this great website called 80,000 Hours. I'm gonna link it in the description, but they're not necessarily climate change specific, but if you're an individual who feels like they want to use their career to make a positive difference in the world tackling these big issues like climate change, then I think that's a great place to start. And finally, number 3, giving money. I put this last because not everybody has the privilege to give money, but if you do, one obvious thing you can do is donate to climate change organizations. But another thing you can do is considering making more eco-conscious purchases. Purchases like electric cars or solar panels or more plant-based foods. Think of it like using your money to tell the market, hey, this is something that people are willing to spend their money on because people care about this stuff, and maybe you should invest in it. And if all of these options feel really overwhelming and paralyzing because there's so many things that you could do, that's okay. Start small, like doing a meatless Monday or learning how to cook a new chickpea-based dish versus a chicken-based dish. You can think of it like a daily practice against apathy. It's about the ethos of making decisions and taking actions that are aligned with climate change goals. And accumulating these smaller actions over time can be stepping stones to taking larger actions, like joining an organization, or volunteering for a political campaign. And look, I know that eating more beans alone isn't going to save the world. We're going to need to keep supporting these massive collective efforts to do that. But doing something small today is just one tiny step on a long road to change, a long road to progress.